Then, I'm a victim of the Jammeh regime. My party has been victim. If you go upstairs, you see on the walls the picture of our martyrs. Solo Sand and Solo Koroma, Singul Nyasi, Lam Marong, Lamin Dambundiba. All of them, hosts of them, and many others who are not there, who have been victims of the Jammeh administration. We cannot advocate for anything other than for the law to take its due course. We are not asking anybody to be persecuted, because that will be wrong. It will be wrong to persecute anybody because you were a Jammeh, you are a Jammeh loyalist. That will be absolutely wrong. But anybody who has been found wanting, really, by the TRRC, and there's recommendation for you to be prosecuted, I think the government should really take the bold step and do the prosecution. We cannot, in the Gambia here, take joy that some courier was prosecuted in the United States of America. We cannot take joy in the fact that Sonko was prosecuted in Switzerland, or Lu in Germany. Yeah? We cannot take joy in those things when there are perpetrators in the Gambia here and not being prosecuted. Yes, I hear a lot of, not arguments, but a lot of statements trying to convince that, look, we do not have the infrastructure. So we have to put in place the laws, the Special Prosecutor's Office, all these things. Very good. But what I say is that, really, do you really need to have all those things in place before you really can be prosecuted? What is the evidence before the TRRC about Manjang? What was his involvement with the shooting of Usman Silla, the late Usman Silla, my good brother, my very dear friend? Even though he did not die, but there was assault on him, causing actual bodily harm, and you have that in our laws here. Why can't you prosecute them for that? Those who were killed, murdered, do you have to wait to put up, to establish a court that will try those people who have committed murder in this country? When someone commits murder in a village in the provinces today, he'll be brought before a court and prosecuted for murder. Why is it that someone who, in their acts of terrorism, kills a person, which is murder, why can't he be prosecuted here for murder? Why can't he be charged here for murder? Yes, you have a legitimate question. Why should Saul Baji be about enjoying their freedom, doing everything that he was doing, except, of course, arresting people and so forth? That's the only thing that he's not doing. But he's enjoying full life. So that is a question not for me, but for the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice, and in fact for Barrow. I think for Barrow. So really, we should not, we don't want, and nobody should be persecuted. That will be wrong. But those who really have done something, they should be prosecuted. But then it comes with the will. In this sort of things, it is the political will that matters. Because sometimes some decisions you think will be politically adverse to you. So it's going to make you lose votes. So because of that, you are not going to take certain decisions. But for me, I wouldn't even place anything at the doorstep of Barrow. I will not. I will place everything at the doorstep of the Attorney General, the Minister as the Attorney General, and the Director of Prosecution. Because the Attorney General, let me say, no, the person occupying the office should really forget about himself as a Minister for Justice and look at himself as Attorney General. That's a professional man approaching the issues with a professional lens and then taking decisions based on professional considerations, on professional opinions, and not any political, they should not be looked with any political lens, because as minister, you tend to look at things with a political lens. So I would ask that the Attorney General really, I don't want even want to blame Barrow for this, because he's advised. He's advised. I don't want to blame Barrow for anything, but I want to say that the Attorney General should really take these necessary steps in this matter. He knows what he should do. He should be able to isolate, things that, like torture was not in our laws, was not prohibited. But murder, from time immemorial, kidnapping, abductions, all these are in our laws. All these are in our laws. And yes, you don't. I hope they won't come up with argument to say yes, but then the law that was there has been repealed. You have a new law. Yes, the law that was there has been repealed, but then you try them for having offended against that law, and they can still be prosecuted for offenses against that law. That is why you still have people being prosecuted, still in court for offenses they committed under the repeal law. People have been prosecuted for offenses that were committed under the repeal law. So you cannot tell them that there's a new Criminal Offences Act. So no, this is not covered by that. But Tonya be kan arma baron tamu tala kula nyina de. Attorney General atolom problem odi. Atele nyanta ka step ta to it. Adama baro kana mala nyanta munekela. So nyanta menkela ayo fenke. And nobody can tell him that you cannot prosecute. Yes.